centered. Thank you. Principle-centered space on getting people started. These are very, very basic fundamental principles. Number one, you are training and developing your prospect that became your team member from the moment you open your mouth. So getting them started starts from the initial conversation, right? So the reason we spend time, and we're going to spend more time on it, on inviting, is because we're asking those pre-qualifying questions as we are engaging these prospects, finding out, identifying the pain points. Very simple question. What are two things that you don't have enough of that you like to have more of? They give me that answer, and I'm simply sharing the vehicle of the club.travel as a tool to get them more of what they want. Okay. Now, let's say we've taken them through the process. So we've pre-qualified them. They've earned the right to have our time to sit down before a presentation. And exposures is basically this. An exposure is enough information to make a buying decision. It's enough information to make a buying decision. Now, I understand that it's going to be different depending upon who you're talking to. When Renee and Dr. Lori, I don't know who talked to who, but when Renee talked to Dr. Lori, Renee didn't have to pre-qualify Dr. There wasn't a long conversation. It was basically like, hey girl, we doing this, get your credit card out, let's go. Okay, very simple. So that's a different dynamic when Lori's getting started. So she didn't have to give her any information. She had to say one or two lines. Someone else that you talk to, you may have to ask a few more questions, identify more of the pain points, take them to a 8-minute video presentation that we have, and then they may need to see something live, another presentation, and then they get started. So I understand the time frames may vary from the initial contact with that prospect to the enrollment. But let's just say you've gone through those steps. Pre-qualified, the prospect has now earned the right and earned your time to be exposed, and exposure is enough information to make a decision. I understand the time and the information may vary. It could be 8-minute video, could be 2 sentences, could be a full presentation, and now they're enrolled. Okay, they're enrolled. So you are excited because how many of you all remember the very first person that you enrolled? It didn't matter who it was. It's the very first time that person is like, I'm in. Okay, you doing this? Yeah, I'm in. I don't know what it is, but I'm in. And there's something inside and you're like, this is happening. Now, you know it's happening up here intellectually. You know you have confidence and belief in yourself. You know what's about to take place, but there's something about that first person that's like, I'm in, let's go. Because that makes it real. You're excited. Now, how do they feel? Imagine how they feel. Remember how you felt when you said yes to yourself? So some of you, you said yes to yourself. Someone didn't have to, no one really had to convince you or encourage you or inspire you. You had already said yes because you were instinctually looking for something. Remember how that felt? So getting someone started, that first principle is understanding there's a newness, there's an energy, there's an excitement, and your job is to leverage that. Your job is to funnel that and put it in the right direction, put it in the right energy. So let's say I enroll Carl, all right? I just got Carl enrolled. He's fired up. He's like, I see it. I see enough to see the possibility. I see enough to see a favorable outcome. I don't know anything. I barely know the name of the company. I just know it's travel and fun and money, and that's all I need. And I got you, the person that who shared it with me. So I gotta use that energy that Carl has, and that energy's up here. So my job is to move the energy while it's up here. If I allow Carl to go back down to here because I'm not getting him to the next step quickly, that's my fault. That's not his fault. So he's here. He's excited. I say, listen, Carl, you just got enrolled. Real quick, because I know you're at work, right? I'm gonna give you all a couple of circumstances. I know you're at work. I know you trust me. You said yes. I got you in. You're in the system. Congratulations. Real quick, before I let you go, I just need to know a couple of things. Okay, do you want to make a little bit of money or do you want to make a lot of money? I got to make the notes on this. Carl's going to say, typically they'll say, I'd like to make a lot of money. Okay, boom. And would you like to make it fast or slow? Just for me, I just need to know. I'd like to make it fast. Okay, boom. And last thing, how much time do you feel you could actually dedicate to your business each week? I know you're working full time. I know you're a father. I know you're a husband. I know you got obligations, responsibilities. I know you volunteer at the church. I understand. So just give me a conservative estimate. How much time can you put into your business each week? Carl says, he says, well, I could probably do 15 to 20 hours a week. Okay, which one is it? 15 or 20? Like, give me a number that you feel supremely confident in. Carl says, I could do 15. Okay, fantastic. Let's start at 10. Now, why am I doing that? Because, ladies and gentlemen, Carl doesn't understand the dynamics of what it means to be in motion, to be building this business. He thinks he's got to work at like a 9-to-5 job. He only knows 40, 50 hours a week, exchanging hours of his life for a paycheck. So he's got a linear mindset, and that's not what we do here. We have a residual passive income mindset. We have a leverage mindset. So we understand time differently than the person who just got started. So now I got to say to Carl, I know you said 15, but let's start with 10. Now, why am I doing that? I would rather have him give him a number that he and I both know he can easily do. If he says 15 and I say, okay, 15, you know what's going to happen? He's not going to do 15 because now the kid needs extra practice and there's another project at work. He's got to stay late. He don't have 15 hours now. Now he can only do 12 and he's going to feel like crap because he's like, I already said I was going to do 15 and I'm not doing 15. I'm doing 12 and I don't want to let Ed down. And man, maybe I can't do this. He's already going to start going down that toilet bowl flush because you got to understand, people instinctually, they look for a way out of their dreams and their goals. People instinctually look for a way out from their dreams and their goals. You got to understand this psychological thing, okay? They're not even aware that they're doing it. But what's happened is they've gotten so accustomed to having their dreams and goals on the shelf that even though they see enough of this vision of the club.travel and they get excited enough to sign up, they think that that's going to be enough to get them over the hump, but they're going to immediately go back to their bad habits and bad patterns. So Carl, subconsciously, he's saying 15 hours. I already know he's not going to do 15. Let's start with 10. If he can do more, if he chooses to do more, let him do more. All right. So what's the first question we ask? Money. Do you want to make a lot or do you want to make a little? Okay. A lot, a little. I don't care what the answer is. If he says a little, no problem. I just want to know. Okay. I'm not here to impose my goals, my standards onto Carl. I just want to know where it's come from. Next question. Do you want to make money fast or slow? Very simple. Fast or slow? Again, whatever he says. Third question. You got life going on. You had a whole life before you joined the club.travel. You had a whole routine. There's a certain way that you have grown accustomed to doing things. So just tell me from your vantage point, how many hours a week do you think you can set aside for your business? Just give me a ballpark. And remember, whatever they say, they're going to tell you, oh, 10, 15, 15. They always give you two options. You say to them, okay, which one is it? Is it 15 or is it 20 hours? Okay, 15. And as soon as they settle on a number, your job, bring it down. They tell me 15, let's start with 10. So hours a week, we're going to settle on 10. All right. Here's the beauty of it, ladies and gentlemen. They can always do more. It's easier to go up than to start with a goal that you have up here and then you fall short. Psychologically, if you give them that bar, that bare minimum, 10 hours, what typically is going to happen is they're going to do more automatic. They're going to do more because they want to. They're going to figure, oh man, I could actually do 20. But let them do that and figure that out on their own. Let them discover that on their own. All right. So we got 10 hours. Okay, bet. So first three questions, we know he wants to make money. He wants to make a lot of money. He wants to go fast. And we've agreed on 10 hours a week. Next thing, fundamental principle, getting someone started, the calendar, okay? The calendar. So I like to have the physical calendar because I got to sit down with Carl. Now, Carl's at work. He just got started. He's excited. He's fired up. I understand that. So what I do is I say, Carl, what's a good time for us to circle back on the phone? What time will you be home from work? When do you have a quick 10-minute window, 8-minute window, right? You gotta always give them little time slots because again, someone that's getting started, that's new, they typically are thinking, man, if he wants to talk to me later, it's probably going to be like a meeting that I have at work. It's going to take an hour. I don't really have an hour. Kids got softball practice. I told the missus I was going to cook dinner tonight and I got to do laundry. Ed, how about tomorrow? No. Ladies and gentlemen, your job is to get these things done within hours of them getting started. Within hours of them getting started. So Carl, when do you have like a 5-8-minute window where you're not gonna hop on a quick call just so we can map out the 10 hours, okay? Boom, Carl's like, oh man, 8, 5, 10 minutes, 8, no problem. I tell you what, I'll be home about 6:30. Give me some time to have dinner with the family. How about 8 o'clock? Okay, great. I will call you at 7:59. Make sure that you are ready. You got your calendar out. We're gonna get it done. So what am I doing? I'm doing the same thing I was doing from the moment that I pre-qualified him. I'm leading him. You understand? I'm coaching him. I'm showing him exactly what to do. If he does exactly what I do, he's going to have what? Duplication. Okay. And it's very simple. Got the calendar out. Okay, Carl. So today's Monday. We got the full week ahead of us. So what is best for you for our first launch event? Would you like to do later tonight? Is that possible? So people can get some people on a call tonight, or would you rather start tomorrow evening? Which one works best? Now this is going to be really on because maybe no, this is how you go fast, all right? Because he said he wanted to go fast, right? Why do I say tonight? Some of you are thinking, well, Ed, he just had dinner and he's like it's 8 o'clock. Like who's going to be able? I don't know who Carl knows. I don't know the people in his network. Some of the people in his network might be night owls. He might be able to get 10 people on a call at 10 o'clock at night. It's not for me to impose my reality onto his. What did he say? My job is to serve him and getting him started. He said he wanted to make a lot of money and he wanted to do it fast. So if he wants to do it fast, that's my job. Okay, we're gonna do it fast. All right. Well, who can you get on the call 10 o'clock tonight, 9 o'clock tonight? It's 8 o'clock now. Can you get 5 people on a call and we'll do a quick 10 to 15-minute overview? Can you do that? Now, what I'm doing is I'm taking over and I will do a quick presentation, give them enough information and energy to get some of those people started because he's got 5 people that are ready to get on a call at 9 o'clock. He could say Monday night, he could say Tuesday. So the first thing you have to do is book that launch event. First thing you got to do, book the launch event. Now, some of you all have contacts and prospects that have greater credibility than others. So for some, the launch event is going to have 50 people on a Zoom, 100 people on a Zoom. For others, it'll be 5 to 10 people on a Zoom because everybody's level of influence is going to be a little bit different. Doesn't matter. My job is to get people in front of the information. He wants to go fast. He wants to make a lot. So we put it on the calendar. And then I say, okay, tell me out of these time blocks, where can we block time for these 10 hours that you are absolutely certain you can give your business undivided attention? Absolutely certain you can give your business undivided attention. Carl's going to tell me what the days are. Now I write them down. Okay, I got Carl on Tuesday from 7 to 9. I got Carl on Thursday, same time slot, 7 to 9. Saturday, he can do 12 to 4 p.m. and Sunday he can do 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. 10 hours. I wrote it down on my calendar. Okay, calendar is done. Carl, here's what we're going to do. I want you to make a list right now. Okay, so we got the 5 that we're going to get on tonight. That we'll call that a bonus hour at 9 o'clock. Bet. So we'll get some good people out of that for sure. And then I want you to make a list between when we get done tonight and you call me on your break tomorrow from work. Okay. Your job is to write down 50 names and phone numbers. 50 names and phone numbers of people that you would love to make money with, people that you would love to travel with. 50 names and phone numbers. Okay. That's it. That's all I need you to do. And just send me a text message from your job when that's done. Shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes. Now, what am I doing? I'm just setting them up for the week because we're going to go through that list for the week and we're going to fill up those time slots with those presentations. So listen, Carl, I just want you to do what I've done. Now, my job was to hit this particular bonus, and here's what I did. I enrolled this many people in my first 14 days. I think you could do it in half the time because I'm going to show you what I did so you could get there. This is kind of like Cliff Notes. You're going to get there faster. So I'd like to set a goal of you hitting this many enrollments in your first 7 days because I think you can break my record by half the time. Because I mean, you're a go now. You got a lot of confidence and swagger. I mean, you're a superstar. I can see that in you. So let's go out here and make some things happen. I am setting the goal. I am setting the energy, and I'm meeting him where he wants to go. He wants to go fast. He wants to make a lot, and he's got 10 hours. We're going to fill up 10 hours of that income producing activity. Ladies, these are basic. This is basic. What I'm giving you is so basic, but if everyone is doing it, then what's going to happen is that it starts to just duplicate because we're all speaking from the same place. And again, I understand some of the numbers are going to be a little bit different. Somebody's launch is going to have 100 people. Somebody else's launch is going to have 5 or 10. Somebody's going to be ready to go tonight. Somebody else is not going to be ready until Tuesday night, maybe Wednesday night, because everybody's calendar is different. But ladies and gentlemen, the calendar, it works. When you use it, it works. The calendar is objective. The calendar doesn't have feelings. The calendar doesn't get sad or upset or discouraged. You put it on the calendar because we are doing this at a professional level. And now there's no confusion. We're on the same page. Carl and I know what the schedule is for the week. We've set it, and then we're off to the races. And so now what you can do is you can begin to manage from a expectation standpoint the growth of your business. Because I know if I have Carl, and this is what I'll tell him. I'll say, listen, Carl, one of the things that we want to do is we want to get this in front of at least 30 people as fast as humanly possible. So if we can do that in the next 72 hours, brother, you're going to hit the bonuses. You're going to hit the bonuses for sure. Like I would be shocked if you don't hit the bonuses. So I'm pouring into him. Now, here's the difference. I want you, this is a very, very fine line. I am not trying to force Carl into becoming a superstar. I'm not trying to muscle Carl into signing people up. I'm telling him what activity leads to results. Okay, it's a fine line. You have to understand. Like I'm not trying to put this thing like, listen, Carl, we're gonna like all your friends are gonna sign up. No, I would never. Don't ever say that to somebody. Hey, oh man, we're gonna. No, I said we're gonna find some good ones. Like those first 5 that you put down, we're gonna get some good ones from that because that's his top of mind, right? Those are people he has most influence over. So this is how the numbers work. You show your top 10. Usually a new person will get anywhere from 2 to 4 of those top 10. Sometimes more, sometimes less, 1 out of 10. But it's very rare for someone to have their top 10 that you're showing and you don't get at least 1 to 2 that get started. So I'm only talking from truth. I'm not hyping him up. I'm just setting the expectation and I'm teaching him what to expect moving forward because he doesn't know, right? They don't know what they don't know. They come in a certain energetic bubble. They're enthusiastic. They're excited. So I got to be careful never to impose whatever I went through on him unless it's a really good thing, right? Because some of you all are thinking right now, I know you're thinking it. You're thinking, well, Ed, I showed my first 10 and none of them signed up. So how can I talk to a new person? That's not the new person's business. That's not their business what happened with you. Your job is to help them to get what they want. So you focus, and if you have an issue, talk to your team leader. Have them help you get the new person. If some of you all are here, you don't feel like you have the posture or the confidence, talk to one of your team leaders. Find somebody who does. I promise you they'll help you. They will help you, all right? Just reach out. So just wanted to give you that basic premise. I appreciate that Mr. Eric Allan was willing to be on here, because I wanted him to share his expertise and the principles of getting started. And I apologize, Eric, because this is not what you and I talked about. I had this thing going, and I apologize. So, because I know your time is tight, but go ahead, man, jump in there.
You don't never need to apologize, man. That was the blueprint right there. Ed, we're so blessed to have you, man. Not only, the inspiration, the motivation, but you obviously speak with authority because you've been in the trenches and have done these things. So, truthfully, I had these notes written down, and they're pretty much exactly what you just went over here. So I don't know that I even need to be on here, but a couple of things I do want to talk about is what happens if you get really excited with this person who tells you all the right things. They want to make money fast. They don't want to make money slow. They know fast is fun, slow is painful. They seem to have a lot of credibility and a lot of fire, but then they just don't commit to those calendar times, because that's going to happen. That's part of the ticket to the entrance into the world of success on this journey. It's going to happen over and over. And I see too many people that become emotionally attached to that new person, and they turn into a boss, they turn into a manager, and then you just push them even further away, because they're like, I thought this was going to be fun. I thought it was going to be different from my job, and you're worse than my boss that I can't stand going to my job. So just giving a different perspective is get more new people in play. Get more new people in play. I've signed up quite a few people the last few weeks, and I'd like to use Ms. Zoila Brown as an example. Zoila told us, I've got 3-4 people ready to go now. You know how many people I've had tell me that? I got 3-4 that are going to sign up just because I'm doing it, and doesn't always happen. But within 24 hours, she had a Zoom, and then we had a fast start training with her team. She got 4 people in her first 36 hours in the business. With the March Madness promotion, she's already up to $150, going to be $200. I believe she's got others coming in. We did another presentation, but I really like building towards the launch event, Ed, and Jen. You get somebody in, it's like having a grand opening. I mean, if you invested a lot of time and equity and resources into a storefront property, you're going to have kind of an official launch, like an official coming out party. And let's treat this the same here. And what I like to do, we try to get that launch event scheduled within the next 5 to 7 days, but that gives you plenty of time to go after the easy ones. See, I always tell people, hey, let's get in front of your easy ones. I just plant that seed right out of the gate. I'm like, oh yeah, Eric, I do have some easy ones. I mean, who likes you, trusts you, knows you, who's probably going to do this because you're doing it, you're ride or die, the person that would pick you up at 3 a.m. and not tell anybody else what you got into. I mean, whatever it might be, those 3 to 5 people, I just assume everybody's got them. Now, I know a lot of people do not, right? But at least I get them thinking, okay, I've got some who's coming. And that's who we want to get in front of right away. Those first 24, 48 hours, that's often as excited as somebody's going to be. Right. And keep in mind, friends, Ed asked these qualifying questions. Don't just assume everybody sees it like you see it. I was really bad at that in the beginning of my entrepreneurial career. I just assumed everybody wanted what I have. And I pushed a lot of people away who are just kind of wanting to come along for the ride. Understand, we're going to have people that are walkers. We're going to have people that are crawlers. We're going to have people that are runners. We're going to have people that are sprinters. And all of us are going to be in different seasons of our life where we might be doing a combination thereof. But right now is that time for the sprinters to really get out and take action. So you find another sprinter like I did with Zoila. We did with Zoila. You know, I check in with Zoila every day. She's probably tired of me. Like, what was this dude keep checking in on me all the time for? I'm like, Zoila, I love you. Let's make it a great week. Here to serve. And I try to do that for all of our team members because I want to keep, you know, at the forefront of their minds that, you know, we're here to work together. I'm here to serve you. But I really try to do it in a genuine, loving way where it's not like, hey, you haven't shared with 3 people today. You're dead to me. I'm not going to talk to you till you go share with 3 people. Don't be that type. That's not leadership. That is not leadership. Okay. Leadership's also not just sending out motivational quotes or blowing somebody's phone up over and over and over. Leadership inspires through action. And there's probably a lot of you on this great presentation right now from Ed and Jen that, you know, you haven't gotten started fast yourself. Well, here's what's great. Everybody can decide right now to take their business to the next level. Everybody can decide right now to create the success story they're looking for. I challenge that. I'm looking at the names here. Most people, if they really wanted, they could probably go sign up 2 or 3 new people tomorrow. Now you've got 2 or 3 new people to see who wants to get started quickly with you. And that's what's so great about this business, right? You don't have to keep dwelling in the past or looking in that tiny rear view mirror that Ed always talks about. You got this big windshield of opportunity in front of you, and you could create your own testimonial within 24 hours. You could say, hey, I got on this call, something just sparked. I realized, why can't I be the one that steps up and inspires other people to want to transform their lives? And it's always in flux, right? And you can always decide right now to be that leader who inspires through action. Then you've just got 2, 3 new people. It's amazing when you get just one other like-minded person on board with you, who's hungry, who's motivated, who's coachable, who's a pleasure to be around. It changes your whole life. It changes your whole mindset, right? And I would challenge, last thing I'll leave you with is there's really no problem in your club business that can't be solved by you leading by example and sponsoring a new person and working hard to find out what their goals and dreams are and getting them started quickly. Because what you focus on expands, and it expands all the possibilities when you get somebody in here. And some of you might have to share with 10, some of you might have to share with 20, some of you might have to share with 100 people. Ed and I know a guy that went 0 for 400. His first 400 people told him to get the heck out of here. That guy went to make multiple 7 figures in this relationship-driven industries. I don't know what your number is. I can tell you what the answer is. The answer is enough. Go share with enough people until you get some that are ready to get started. Find out how fast they want to get started, and then pour your love and energy and passion into them as a true partner, not a boss, not a manager, okay, not a drill sergeant. Yes, there's time for tough love. That's the beauty of having Ed Blunt here. Get him in, let him hear it from Ed Blunt. Okay, let him hear it from Ed Blunt. All right, Ed, that's all I got, man. Hopefully there was a few nuggets in there, but bro, you took all my page of notes tonight, and God bless you for it. Thank you.
Listen, that's because you and I were talking today. That's because you and I were doing some masterminding, so it just came out of that. Look, you know, you made a good point about you have a calendar, and what do you do if Carl doesn't follow through on those time slots? Listen, there's a reason why value number 1 is keep your word. Value number 1 is keep your word. So if Carl starts to flake that very first week, I got to have a conversation with him. You got to love your people enough so that they can get better. If you let stuff slide, they're going to keep repeating what they've been doing before they got here. So I said, listen, Carl, here's what's important to me. It's not what you do or don't do. It's what you say you're going to do that you do. And if you tell me you got 10 hours and I called, we had an agreement for Thursday to do an overview. And not only did you not have anyone on the call, you weren't on the call. Brother, look, that's not how this is going to work. And if you can't be honest with me, then no, I'm not going to be able to give you my time and energy as much as I want to see you succeed, because integrity is everything, bro. So I'm gonna give you some grace, and let's do a reset. If you want to lower your goal, if you feel like you might be reaching beyond your capacity and you're not willing to go there just yet, that's okay. I'm not judging you, but listen, if you can't be real with me, this will never work. So what happens in that moment is, number one, you're not going to waste your time. Number two, Carl is like, oh snap, this is like a real business. Like, oh, I'm being held accountable. Oh, he really does want me to get my dreams and goals. Like, this light bulb kind of goes off in his head. And 9 times out of 10, it's a favorable interaction. And that's going to help him really solidify his daily method of operation moving forward. All right. But if it doesn't work, that's okay. Because what Eric was talking about was the beauty and the protection that every one of you have is that at any point in time, you can make another list of 50 people. You can make another list of like if there was someone that was flaking on me, I would get very irritated because that integrity piece was everything to me. So if you told me one thing, didn't do it, it would really like piss me on. So I'd be like, all right, let me focus on enrolling 5 more people. I'm just gonna focus on that. And then I make sure they see it, right? I make sure that, hey, welcome so-and-so to the team, welcome so-and-so to the team. I see Eric doing it. He has a group and he's like, hey, welcome so-and-so. He's showing people, the people that he's sponsoring, like he keeps putting it in there. And what that does is it's like, oh man, I need to get off my butt. I did say I wanted to make a lot of money and not a little. I did say I want to go fast and not slow. But Eric is not giving the person who ain't doing anything energy. He's not like, come on, man, you can do it. I believe. No, he's like, let me show you in case you forgot the conversation that we had. And perhaps you'll come around, perhaps you're not. It doesn't matter. This is what you all have to understand. If Carl doesn't do anything he just said, it doesn't matter. There's 100. Carl is like a bus. There's always another one coming by. And eventually I'm going to identify the one who's going to keep their word and follow through. But the principles are the principles, you all. If you're not having these conversations, the people that you've enrolled, when they pop up on your phone, their goals should be underneath their name. I got like in my, and these are old contacts, but I have it in my phone, the people that I've worked with, and I can tell you exactly what their first goals were because it's in my phone. I made a note because I was like, well, if we're going to be working together, every time that person calls, I need to be haunted by their goals and their aspiration. I need to be able to say, all right, well, we haven't hit that yet. What are we going to do from this phone call that's going to get us to where we want to get to? So you got, it says $5,000 a month. It says $100,000 for the year is the stretch goal. It says that they have a contact list of 1,623 people. I know their family, how many daughters they have, how long they've been married. I got their fears. Like I got their whole thing. So every time they come up, I pull it up and I'm looking at it as I'm talking to them because I can't remember all that. But as I'm talking to them, I'm remembering it. So when Carl calls me with some type of an excuse about how he can't make Thursday, I'm like, yo, bro, look, these things are what's bothering you. There's no time. This is non-negotiable. Like figure Thursday out. We're doing it because you said we're doing it. Are you going to keep your word or are you going to be a little punk? So that's me. That's how I'm not saying that you all should call your new team member a punk. That's just what I would say because I love Carl so much. I love him so much. I would be that raw and real with him. But I'm not telling you all to do that, okay? But the point is that if we just start with the basics here, keep it simple, and you, as Eric talked about, make a commitment to be the example. It's just not that complicated, you all. It's just not. The numbers that we can bring in, the numbers that we can produce, there's no reason you can't crush the rest of March. You got 10 days and a few hours. 10 days and a few hours before we close out the first quarter 2022. There's a lot of magic that you can make happen in that time frame, right? We got some great story. Eric just gave you a great story. Listen, I'm trying to beat Zoila's record. She got 4 and 24. I think we could do 4 and like 14. Let's do 4 and 14. Let's try to beat like everybody's theme, right? Let's beat Zoila's record. We're gonna beat Zoila's record. Anything else, E?
No, that's great stuff, man. I the one thing I would say is just if somebody doesn't keep their word or somebody, you got to keep in mind, a lot of people are going to join and tell you that they want to do this, they want to do this, when maybe they're just joining because they think this is something positive and uplifting. So the one thing I want to make sure is just don't run somebody out of the club. We don't want that, right? We, Ed and I have been through a lot where we saw an old company just run people out because they felt less than worthy. Obviously, when people tell you they want certain things, you can hold them accountable. But even if they fall short, I would say just love them where they're at, but go put your emotion into leading by example. The beauty of our matrix is you keep doing the right things and people start seeing this thing working over time. Okay. But I've had a number of people in the Facebook group Ed's talking about. I've had a few people that I signed up who are excited, and like, I'm not going to force you to get me on a 3-way call or have a launch party, but they've come back to me in the last week or two, Ed, and they've said, so I guess I need to start doing something with this club, right? And I said, well, that's up to you. And they're like, well, man, it looks like you're really doing it. And it's so fun because I say, well, did you think I was just going to stop because you didn't do anything? That's the worst thing I could do. So I have fun with them too, but in a loving way. So love them where they're at. Let's get out. Now is such a great time to find those that are hungry and motivated, and they're going to show you, right? Because you got to get better at seeing better than you hear. Sometimes a lot of people tell you all the same things. You're ready to see, just like Zoila and so many others of you have shown us that you're serious about, just stepping up and pulling from your past experiences. Maybe for some of you, it's making one last run. Some of you, maybe it's the first run you've ever had, and you're so fortunate to be at a special time and company like this. But everything's prepared all of us to step up, and we just have to find the courage, conviction, and really get those excuses out of the way. And for me, excuses, those little things that we allow to block out the much greater things that we can accomplish together. So my brother, it's all I got. Love you, and Jen, thanks for all you do.
Thank you, man. And y'all, did y'all see what just happened there? You see how teamwork makes the dream work? So Jen came on because she doesn't feel great, but she's like, I'm coming on because I gotta be present. I wanna support. She's in healing mode, but she's here, right? Eric came on because we asked him to, and he was willing to give insight. And then I'm here to do the same thing, but we work to balance the messaging. Okay, because we understand, like, we all have slightly different personalities, but we all want the same outcome. It's the same thing for each and every one of you. And I'll leave you all with this. Scotty told me a good story. He said, hey, there was a guy, he was excited. He said all this stuff. He talked and talked and talked, but he never really did anything. And I just, as Eric talked about, he's like, I just kind of loved on him. Didn't really, pressure him, just kind of loved on him. And he said about a year and a half later, he woke up. And that guy's in the Network Marketing Hall of Fame. He's in the Network Marketing Hall of Fame for his income, multiple 7-figure earner. So it's true. Like Eric and I both have seen people, they were asleep for whatever reason. They didn't have a great start for whatever reason. They came around. My thing is very simple. Just, again, I don't care what you say. Just do what you say. I'm going to love you regardless, but we all have to hold each other accountable for our integrity. That's it. Like, just think before you speak. We're here to guide you. We're here to love on you and support you and lift you up, but you damn better believe we're going to push you. We're going to push you to your greatness. We're going to push you to your goals and your dreams. We'll do it with love and respect. So, basic getting started principles. Excited for the numbers. Jen, you got anything you want to add before we hop off?
I do. I have a few things, but I'll be really quick. First of all, I just love you guys. That was amazing. I could listen to you speak all day. And just to really compliment that, really, I have something to show you guys, which we're going to be releasing. So can you guys see this? Can you see it? Say yes if you can see it.
Nice.
All right. So basically, this is just exactly in line with everything that you guys were saying. And I'm going to be dropping these for everybody to have. just for you to give people when they first enroll. So you just have something you can give them. And then right here, exactly what Ed was talking about, the questions you ask them: money, do you want to make a little or a lot? Speed, do you want to go fast or slow? How many hours do you want to put into your business? So basically, if you forgot to make notes, we have a cute little welcome pack here, just to remind you. And then we have your roadmap to success, which again is the same. Get someone connected the minute they get in, set that date for that launch, and then get them to invite everyone they know to that business launch. And then we don't go over the compensation plan because Eric's done a really cool in-depth teaching on the compensation plan, but this is just to really show people how to get mentorship bonus qualified, how to duplicate, get your 3, get their 3 to get their 3, just keeping it really simple. Replicated sites, if you need reminding on how to get your replicated sites, and then a really basic overview on the product. We are going to do a welcome pack just on the club.travel, but that's going to be separate. And then a real quick overview on how to make money. And that's it. And then, you know, a little QR code if they want to get on Telegram, if they don't know how to get on Telegram, and the weekly schedule, and just a breakdown of why they need to turn up and get those dates in the weekly schedule. So, and some terminology, just because some people might be, what's the matrix? What's the mentorship bonus? So, you know, they've got that there. And then contacts. I know a lot of people send their contacts to support at the club.travel, which is wonderful. But if you want to get an answer even quicker, then you can be a little bit more specific with what it is that you're inquiring about and to who. So I put that together for you lovely people, and I'll be dropping that in. Just hopefully it's something that will just help you just give to people. Awesome. But it just really complements exactly what Ed and Eric were talking about. So I hope you love that. And then we have some very quick recognitions as well, because it is the 2% Club. So we have to recognize some amazing people. It's been a great week. And this is what I live for, to be honest. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let me share my screen. All right, guys. So first of all, wait, can you see that? 1 second. All right, guys, can you see the welcome pack, or can you see recognition?
It says contact us for inquiries.
All right, bear with me, guys.
Hey, everybody give Jen Moon some love, staying up till 2 a.m. Are you really in the UK? Are you in the US somewhere? Nobody looks like that at 2 in the morning, young lady. Come on now.
I am sick and you're making me feel better, so thank you, but I know I look sick. Okay, here we go. This should work now. Can you see that? Yeah.
All right.
So mentorship bonus qualified this week is wonderful, and this woman is on fire. Like she is just leaving. Yeah, she's
go Autumn.
Crazy right now. So can we please turn on, can we unmute ourselves? I don't know if we're allowed to do that yet.
They can only type.
All right, well, Ed and Eric, you're gonna have to do it for me, but can we please give Autumn a big congratulations, because
let's go.
Autumn's on here. Show her some love. Go Autumn, my favorite.
Share Autumn some love in the chats, please. I'm so proud of this absolute Wonder Woman. She's brilliant. If only we've got some music in the background or something, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's congratulations.
Oh, so the congratulations music. I love that. And then we have 3 leaders of the week. Rick Barreto. Am I pronouncing that right, Eric? Is it Rick Barreto?
That's my buddy. Yep.
Amazing. Well, Rick got the most customers this week. So massive congratulations to Rick Barreto. I don't know if he's on the call. Is he on the call?
He's actually in Mexico right now.
Oh, that's all right for some.
Congratulations, Rick.
Make sure you guys give Rick tons of love in the chats. Our second difference maker of the week is this absolute goddess, Laura Fredrickson in Bali. She's literally just recently come into the business, and she's just already bringing so much love and light, and she actually sold the most packs this week, and she just sold another one. while we was on
Fire.
so she's on absolute fire and I just love her. So I think she's on this call as well. I think I saw her. So please give Laura some love. I can't wait for you guys to
Congratulations.
hear from her. She's just got so
Hey,
much.
Laura.
Yay. And then finally, our last leader of the week is for the second week in a row.
Oh, see,
Most
right.
years in a row is our legend, Chris Rodriguez. So congratulations, Chris. You are still in the lead. And I know there's some amazing healthy competition going on, but Chris
What?
is guys, so we need to up.
Let's go. Chris Rodriguez.
Congratulations. I'll be dropping all of those in the Telegram chat. So put them on your socials, send them to your teams. Remember to clap for others until it's your turn. And just congratulations. You guys are all absolutely amazing.
Great stuff. Thank you so much, Jen. Thank you for that. That's a great way to end it. Congrats. Let's see who's going to be. Who got next? Who got next? Who's going to be on that recognition leaderboard next week, a week from today? We'll see you guys same time, same station. Let's go out here and keep making it do what it do.
Go. See everyone. Let's finish strong this week. Make it a great week. Bye-bye.